Good evening, everyone. We welcome you to Eden Park in New Zealand, which is hosting their third match of this 2023 Women's World Cup. The two teams playing tonight is a rematch of what is a lot of people's opinions. Quite two pretty solid teams, especially when it comes to their men's side, Italy versus Argentina. But for the first time in women's football history, these two teams will be squaring off against each other. Hello, everyone. I'm Hirsim Hassan, and welcome back to another Women's World Cup live react right here on YouTube, pairing it also with Instagram Live. Thanks for tuning in. What is a Sunday night for me, about 11 p.m. here in Phoenix. Otherwise, pretty cool overall. And with that, as the teams get their 11 photos, let's take a look at the starting lineups, and we'll start off with Italy, head coach by Milena Bertolini. In goal today will be Francesca Durante. They'll be lining up in a 4-5-1. In the back line, going from left to right, will be Cecilia Salvai, Lisa Boatin, Elena Linari, and Lucia Di Guglielmo. In the midfield, which will be a going from left to right once again, Chiar Becciari, Barbara Bonansea, Manuela Giuliano, Giulia Dragoni, and Ariana Caruso. Expect Becciari and Caruso to get up the wings and potentially play in a 4-3-3 at times. And up top will be Valentina Giacinti. Bonansea will be wearing the captain's armband for Italy, if you are wondering. On the other side, for Argentina, head coach by Germán Portanova, in goal will be their captain, Vanina Correa. They will also be lining up in a 4-5-1. Let's take a look at their back line going from left to right. It will be Eliana Stabile, Ablana Cometti, Miriam Mayorga, and Sophie Braun. Looking at that midfield, which once again going from left to right, will be Estefania Panini, Romina Nunez, Lorena Benitez, Diana Falfan, and Florencia Bonsegundo. Up top will be the Orlando Pride striker Mariana Larroquete. So I mentioned earlier, this is the first ever meeting between these two sides. Sure to be a good one. It was a good one last night in the other Group G matchup, Sweden against South Africa on a rainy night in Wellington. Interesting matchup in general. South Africa came in as huge underdogs, actually took the lead against Sweden 1-0, but it was the Swedes who got the third place in last year's competition that really showed out. Teams are on the pitch, and once again in the center circle will be La Roquete to kick it off. Italy against Argentina from Eden Park in Auckland, New Zealand. We await the ref's whistle. And with that, we are underway here from Auckland, Argentina, in their usual La Albiceleste kits, going from right to left, and Italy in the Azzurri kits, going from left to right. Again, very classic kits for both of those sides. Automatically, we're going to start off with a foul as Eliana Stabile was going up the pitch. Foul there by Ariana Caruso. Italy getting back on defense. There's a chance here for Argentina. Again, you talk about a lot of the legends, if you will. Of course, Italy's men's team won the Euro. Argentina's men's team won Copa America. Played in the Finalissima in London last year, and then Argentina's men's team went on to win the World Cup. Meanwhile, into the box, a shot taken, and it's going to go just right. La Roquete with a chance, and we're not even a minute into this one. Let's take a look at this again. Solid delivery into the box, and it was headed back there, I believe, by Falfan before it was just steered to the right. One back and another shove there. This time it's Chiara Becciari on Romina Nunez. No foul called, though. No foul called. Now on the left for Italia. Blocked away. Thrown for Italy. Italy, coached by Milena Bertolini, has been coaching this team since 2017. Coaching in general since 2001. All teams in the homeland of Italy inducted into the Italian Football Hall of Fame in 2018. is Cometti, or rather, I should say, pardon me, that was Linari, now to Guglielmo, now to Linari. Long ball over. We'll find Boatin on the left. And Boatin listed as a center back, but known for going up the pitch. We saw this in 2019. Long ball into the box. That one was headed away. Again, a good intervention there by Stabile. Unable to keep it out before it went on the end line. So it will be a corner kick for Italy. On the other side for Argentina, they're coached by German Portonova, has been coaching this team since 2021, led them to third place in the Copa America Femenina last year. And he's also the first Argentinian manager not named Carlos Borreo, who had 19 years as head coach of this team that led them to the Women's World Cup. Boatin will take the corner kick for Italy, near side of the pitch. In swinger, well into the box, and it's just punched away there by Correa. Rebound, still there in the area. Now it's cleared off. Ricocheting a few times. It might have actually gone off an Argentinian player. Nonetheless, Boatin redirects it back into the box, headed up, and it will go away. Stabile heads it out. Nonetheless, a throw in for Italy deep in attacking territory. And thanks for tuning in. Sunday night for me, Monday night, or rather Monday morning or Monday in general for a lot of people. Nonetheless, played in a good chance, a good shot, just cleared away there. So an intervention much needed by Diana Falfon. Another throw in deep in attacking territory for Bonansea. Getting knocked out and again deflected with Stabile and might have been Mayorga getting in the mix as well. 5th minute of play. Italy with majority of the chances. A lot of set pieces so far in these opening acts. A lot of chances and a lot of leadership need to be shown here from Vanina Correa, goalkeeper of Argentina. 39 years old, captain, so she definitely knows a lot. Boatin with another corner into the box, deflected, and this time it will deflect wide. No deflection, though. No deflection off an Argentinian player, so that will be a goal kick. Not what Ariana Caruso wanted there. I believe, yeah, there's a little bit of a deflection. Actually, in that regards, I think Becciari actually cleared it off and then went off the Italian. Oh, not the best ball there. And again, just had to be cut out there by Salvi before anything bad could happen. There's Linari. Guglielmo back to Linari. In their own half of the pitch, close towards midfield, though. Salvi takes it over towards midfield and once again back up the pitch. Sent back there by Mayorga. Straight lines, I should say, for Italy. Manuela Giuliano. Push from the back there by Stabile, and it's going to be another free kick for Italy, this time taking down Barbara Bonansea. Captain's armband today. Seventh minute, and again, another free kick for Italy. Looks like it might be Cometti taking this. Nonetheless, going to be right-footed into the box, going back post, punched away there by Correa. Collects on the back post. Trying to send it around. There's Benitez, or rather, Dragoni. Italy on this side, Argentina on this side. Back with Dragoni. It's interesting to look at Italy's midfield and front going forward. Again, some teams and rather some networks are listing this almost a 4-3-3, where you could see Beccari, or rather Becciari going forward, and Caruso as well for Italy, and then for Argentina, same remains, but it would be Banini on the left and Bonsegundo on the right. But it was listed as a 4-5-1 by both squads going into this match. So it would be interesting how that plays out if things change from a 4-5-1 going into a 4-3-3. Shows how each team could be able to dictate the pace. Meanwhile, here's Nunez, right hand side, deflected away off of Salvines, throwing now deep in attacking territory for Argentina. From the box by Salvai. This one back down the end by Nunez, trying to keep it in play. She won't be able to, and it's out for an illegal kick. This one pipped forward by Durante. Maybe a chance here for La Albiceleste. Pipped back, and again, like I said, maybe a chance. Panini, Stabile. This one pipped forward by Cometti, trying to find the right back, but it went a little too far up the pitch, and flag was going to go up. It looks like there was no call made. Cometti on the wing again. Oh, it's a misstep here. Maybe a chance for Italy. A shot, and it's saved by Correa. Kept on floating there in the middle towards Valentina Jacinti, the number 9 today. And again, unable to capitalize on the chance there. And deflected out. Thrown for Italy. Again, these two teams, both on the rise. Overall, again, we talked about the domestic level for a men's side. How about the women's side and what they've done? Both of them went to the Women's World Cup in the last edition, 2019, in France. And that too, for the first time in a while, Italy went all the way to the quarterfinals, won a group that included Brazil and France. France being one of the favorites, or rather, I should say, sorry, I misspoke. Italy included Brazil and Australia. The Women's World Cup that year was in France. It was Brazil and Australia in that group. Italy somehow ended up winning that and then proceeded to beat China in the round of 16 until falling to Netherlands, the eventual runner up in the quarterfinals. 10 minutes in, and again, another talks in the middle. This time, Caruso making sure everything is okay. Back with Argentina, long ball sent into the box, and it's an easy catch there for Francesca Durante. Making her 7th cap with the team, and again, kind of an interesting move, especially from an experience perspective. You have Durante, the Inter Milan goalkeeper, with 7, and then Laura Giuliani, who is 30 years old. So he's got Durante beat by 4 years. Made 48 caps with this team. Plays for Milan. She's on the bench. So, and I don't think there was any update on whether or not there was an injury. Meanwhile, La Roquette called for the foul, and we're going to see our first booking of the day going towards the Orlando Pride striker. And back with Italy we go. Round and round the ball goes. Few chances here and there, but save for one shot on goal by Jacinti, not much. The other side, maybe some tiki-taka could help. Bonansea, the Guyel, no, excuse me, Linari, out towards Salvai. Tough touches. It goes towards Boatine. She's slaloming her way through. Not too long, though, as it's cut off there. Sophie Braun showing off her brawn in the middle. Able to win a free kick for La Albiceleste. Pipped up. Not too far. Out towards Banini. Estabile back to Banini. And Banini's going to keep it on the touchline, getting towards midfield. Trying to lay it off there into the midfield. She does. Slope of the pitch. Out towards Braun again. Trying to play through. That's cut out by Boatine. Looking for Nunez there on the right flank. Throw in. And another foul called on Lauro Quete as Boatine was shoved to the ground. There's Linari. 15th minute. Still kind of the same old, same old. Maybe it can change here. Boatine now entering the attacking third. Now, again, double team. Nunez and Braun have been a good tag team out on the right flank for Argentina. They always seem to stop Boatine, who's been known for motoring forward. Nonetheless, this one clipped forward a chance. Inside the box, the shot goes in the net. Finally, Caruso breaks the deadlock here in the 15th minute. It's offside. Take a look at this. Yeah, Caruso's offside. I'd probably say maybe a good foot or two. Didn't seem so at first, but it's good vision there by Boatine and good finish too by Caruso. About 15 yards out, pinned right into that bottom corner. I mean, not much Correa could do. The only thing wrong with that is she strayed a little bit offside. I think the ref is checking in with the VAR crew. From what she's saying, it seems like it's okay. I don't think it will be checked from VAR. Again, we've seen some overturns, if you will, when it comes to goals. Sophia Smith got her no goal overturned in the United States game against Vietnam, which was right at Eden Park, where this game is happening. Made it 2-0 in favor of the two-time defending champs. Back with this one, put forward by Correa. There's Bonini again. Left-hand side, kind of, again, pretty good tag team. Gonna have to track back all the way towards maybe about 20 yards. Still on the left touchline, though. If it'll win a throw in, Stabile will take it. Push from back there by Di Guglielmo on number 19 of Argentina. Pardon me, number 14. Disregard what I said. Lorena Benitez. That's what I'm thinking of. That's who I'm thinking of. Nonetheless, chance for Argentina back in the attacking third, trying to go out there towards Bonsegundo on the left. And it looks like she's earned a free kick. Again, Di Guglielmo getting very tangled up there with Argentina on the side. Just like that, maybe a chance for Argentina. Not too many set pieces compared to Italy, but could really be big. And a lot of chances, or rather, a lot of numbers you could say for Argentina when it comes to scoring. The only woman on this team that has scored a goal at a Women's World Cup has been Bonsegundo, which was against Scotland, ended out in a 3-all draw for La Albiceleste. 18th minute, things could change here. This one, in swinger into the box, that one headed away. Nunez with a solid delivery, but just couldn't deliver. Back on the left, Banini, Estabile into the box, a rough touch there, but nonetheless, Nunez gets a track on it. Crunching tackle made by Linari to get it outside of the box. Now Caruso, who would have been the goal scorer had she not been offside, tackling there. Back towards Banini, still in the Argentina attacking offense, picked off there by Bonansea. Now a chance here for Dragoni, wanting to get too far. Kind of out of control, boom ball right now for both sides. Just like that's given back towards Italy. Kept in play. Linari gets out of her own box. And from there we go forward. Salvai up to Boatin. Another through ball play. Could be trouble, but it's again cut away there. This time by Braun and Mayorga. Another push from the back there by Boatin, this time on Nunez. That's going to be a free kick. So Benitez could be playing more center, could be playing right. Nunez was listed playing left center midfielder, but she's playing on more on the right. That's an interesting thing about a 4-5-1 is, if you get those wingers going forward, almost like they're supporting the striker more than the midfielders, and that's where you get the questions on who plays 10, who plays 6, who plays 8 in this formation. And I think we're starting to see some answers from both Italy and Argentina. Guglielmo, Linari, good dummy there. Leos with Salvai. Nonetheless, good service. A little too far there, trying to find Jacinti. Running on the back there. Running on the back there was Giuliano. Overseen by Estabile, or rather Stabile, not Estabile. And we're seeing a replay on the Telemundo broadcast of showing Caruso offside on the goal that she would have scored had it not been there. But it was a good call there by the ref. It was well off, and the semi-automated offside signal was able to work that time too. Looks like we have an injured player down for Italy. It's going to be Elena Linari, able to get back up on her feet, so that's a good thing to see. But Linari playing one of the center backs position today, plays one of the 8 players on this roster that plays for Roma, making her 88th appearance for her country, 4 goals overall scored. Back to base we go. Durante out towards Salvai. Linari again. Back they go to Salvai. Pushing the pace, going up the pitch. Now back towards their left back, Boatin. Back towards Salvai. Could be a chance here. Bechari finding some space. Bechari now edge of the box, crossed in, and that's deflected, blocked away. Mayorga and crew still tossing around, and Braun chips it, and it looks like it'll be a handball called there on Boatin. Free kick for Argentina. And now it looks like the ball's going to go back towards Italy. Maybe a mistake on a free throw. Yeah. Sophie Braun just missed a chance there, if you will. So back with Italia. Boatin headed away there by Braun. And we go for take 2. Back in the box we go. Tussling around, going end line, cross in a little too high, and really nobody there in the area. Bonsegundo with or rather Bechari with the good try. But again, got Bichari kind of running all over, Caruso doing the same thing. Stabile with the throw in. Up towards Larroquette, was playing pretty far back despite being number 9. Again, Herman Portanova trying to get his guys in order, trying to show his players what they've got. Again, as I mentioned, only 1 point in what was an interesting 2019 Women's World Cup. Had Scotland, Japan, and England in their group. That too, not to mention Japan got runner-up in 2015. England, I believe, got third. So got 2 of the top 3 teams technically from the previous edition of that time. Nonetheless, another chance for Italy, and only to lose the ball again. It was Bonansea trying to hurdle down the right. Stabile, gonna go 1-2. Banini, Benitez could not go back to Banini. Trying to go tiki-taka 1-2 triangle stuff, but doesn't work. One segundo, out towards Braun on the right. Nunez is calling for it. She's going to get it towards the attacking area, more towards midfield, actually. Out on the Braun. Still on the right-hand side of the pitch. Benitez. Palfan. Palfan flips it over. Here's Banini on the left-hand side. 24th minute of play. Still no score here from Eden Park. Banini, long ball sent, a little too far for a running Bonsegundo. Nonetheless, chances galore for both sides. Not really chances for a shot on goal, but still solid. One back. 25th minute. Pipped up. A little too high for Larroquette. She loses the duel. Larroquette brought down, and that's a free kick for Argentina. 25 yards or so out. Really interesting, folks. And a yellow card for Caruso, so the first Italian to land in the book today. "26 minutes, still not much." But yeah, Caruso easily, I think, tripping Larroquette. Kind of drove it in a little bit, exaggerated it, but nonetheless, a chance now, and it's now down to Francesca Durante to set her wall the way she wants it. Caruso, Salvai, Bonansea. Can't tell who else is there. But now it comes down to Panini. 4 on the wall for Italy. Giuliano's the other lady there, along with the 3. 26 minute of play. Again, this could be pipped forward, it could be indirect, could be direct. Nonetheless, it's Banini goes direct and it's into the wall. Banini again. Goes to go to the left, by the way, in the dribble. Now going towards the end line. Caruso on guard, but nonetheless a good slalom there. Banini brought it close, but nonetheless the cross by Bonsegundo cleared away. Still a chance. You got an Argentinian and Italian down. Nonetheless, play continues. And Larroquette misses on a volley as that one's seen out and cleared. Again, a nasty collision earlier on in the buildup of that. Bonansea of Italy has gotten up. Argentina's player, Nunez, has remained down. Yeah, it's hard to tell like if there's anything in terms of foul. Of course, I think Nunez got the brunt of that challenge because she remained on the ground much more than Bonansea, but it could be something else. Again, thanks for tuning in. Interesting game so far. It's the second game of Group G. First one was yesterday, as it was Sweden against South Africa. Quite an interesting match. South Africa was up in the second half, 1-0. And just to preface that one, they were 54th in the world going into that match, going up against number three Sweden. Sweden able to come back and win it 2-1, which makes things interesting for Argentina, who play South Africa on Thursday. Well, Thursday if you're in the United States, Friday if you're in Australia and New Zealand, or in Europe in that regards. Nonetheless, chances again for Argentina at midfield. Going forward, ball played through, and it's really to nobody there. Stabile wanted it out on the left wing, and again, Bonsegundo gave chase. Either way, seen out. Di Guglielmo to take the throw in on the right hand side, 29th minute. Still 0-0 between Italy and Argentina. Again, going into this one, Italy has always gotten the results in their first match of their respective Women's World Cup. For Argentina, it's been actually the opposite. They have gone winless, and their only result was against Japan, a 0-0 draw against them back in 2019, the most recent appearance for that squad. Out towards Caruso. Down on the left. Possession mainly going in favor of Italy, 48% for them. For Argentina, 34%. 18% in dispute. Salvai. With Chari. Trying to dribble through, trying to play it off towards Caruso. Caruso trying to argue that Argentina got the last touch, and they did. So corner kick for the Azzurri. Here we go. Maybe a chance here for for Italy. This time it's on the far side of the pitch, so Boattin won't be taking it. Hard to tell who will be. I believe it might be Becciari. Pardon me, will not be Becciari. Nonetheless, in swinger, well into the box, punched away by Correa. I remember the story of the day when it comes to Italian corner kicks, as Vanina Correa, Argentina's goalkeeper, has done a great job handling. Got another chance here. This time she decides to punt it, even though she had some open space. And that's going to lead to an Italy throw in deep into the attacking third. So Bonansea take the throw in here. Bonansea and Jacinti, both of whom scored some goals in 2019 for this team. Trying to send it down the line, headed back by Stabile. Headed forward again, and that one cut out there. On Segundo. Looked like it took a deflection on the way out, so it'll be a goal kick for Argentina. What I've seen so far, first 30 minutes, pretty interesting action from both sides. But again, Argentina has been able to close down defensively. I think the biggest thing is we have not seen, or rather, who have I not called. Valentina Jacinti playing number 9 today, and again, she had some bright moments in 2019. Had a goal against China, actually the game winner against China that sent Italy to the quarterfinals. Just haven't heard much from her. Haven't heard much from her. Again, chances for Becciari and Caruso, but again, Bonansea has been shut down. Giuliano in the middle. Dragoni has been playing pretty back, although that's probably expected, knowing that she could be playing 6. Nonetheless, foul called. It's a free kick. Boattin with a low liner. It's going to skip all the way to Bonini, who takes it right before the edge of the box. Back towards Boattin. And another chance as it's played on towards Becciari, who is inside the box. Plays it off, and not the best ball. She was trying to go back there. I believe it might have been towards Boattin, maybe. Giuliano, back to Linari. 32nd minute. Still 0-0 between these two sides in what has been overall an interesting Women's World Cup when it comes to scoring. This one played through nonetheless for Caruso is inside the box, stopped there by Braun and cleared away there by Mayorga. Play will be stopped for an injured Italian, and I believe it's going to be Lisa Boattin. Let's take a look at this challenge. And again, Boattin going to, I think it was Mayorga too with the challenge. Boattin got the last touch before the collision there of the legs and shins. Something more in favor of Mayorga if there's anybody getting a foul here. Nonetheless, Boattin remains down in a lot of pain. Looking at Lisa Boattin again, pretty monumental day for her when it comes to playing for her country. The Juventus lady with her 50th appearance today. Again, adding to the club. Again, not, I mean, compared to others, I still think like amongst the games that I've called, Canada has the most experienced team because they have like 10 players, not, or actually, no, they have 9 players on that team that has at least 90 appearances for the country. When you look at Italy, and this is for 50, you have, let's see, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. 8 players. Still pretty good. 8 players that have had at least 50 caps playing for La Azzurri. This hasn't worked that well. Drop ball. Back to Italy it goes. To the back line for Linari. Towards Di Giuliano. Scored by Bonansea, flicked forward again by Jacinti, and it's cleared away again. Good recovery there. I believe that was Cometti clearing it out. By check there by Bonansea. Again, it was a pretty light one, no foul. Throwing for Italy, 35th minute, and again, Boattin is on her feet. She's doing okay, limping here and there, but from what it seemed like, it was just a light knock. Panini sees it out for an Argentina throw-in on the left-hand side. That is the near side of the pitch. Hip forward, headed back there by Di Guglielmo, or rather, yeah, Di Guglielmo. Panini, Lafan, not get it to Nunez, and once again back by Italy. There's Boattin. Benitez, or sorry, Dragoni. Got Dragoni, who's number 16 for Italy, and you've got Benitez, who's number 16 for Argentina. Totally different players, though. Un segundo, Linari. Just a note on the two number 16, so they are both midfielders, but we have seen Benitez play farther back, and Dragoni kind of play defensive, but not as much as Benitez. This one, a good ball in. Justinti can't get a touch on it to bring it down as it goes back towards Correa. Nonetheless, she applauds Vecchari for the chance. Just unable to turn it in. Yeah, it's been an interesting half so far. Nothing has really gone through there, or rather, I should say, has really come to fruition when it comes to goals. But again, we can say that about a lot of matches in this tournament. Even yesterday, too, we talked about Sweden, South Africa, Netherlands, Portugal ended out in a 1-0 win. Again, Portugal respected them making their debut, which overshadowed in quite a pretty tough away from general. And then France and Jamaica. Jamaica, another team haven't seen in the global spotlight a lot. They actually got a point against France yesterday. So we've seen some interesting results. We got Germany, Morocco at around 1:30 a.m. Pacific time, and then Brazil, Panama to wrap it up at 4 a.m. Pacific time. Again, different depending on where you are, East Coast, West Coast, Europe, South America, or if you end up to be in Australia or New Zealand during that time, then turns out to be in the daytime and at an ungodly hour, as I just mentioned. Played pip forward actually by Benitez. Out on the inside, Bonsegundo. Again, pressure there has been interesting, but it's one back here. Dragoni got it right this time. Cut out, throwing for Italy. Bonansea with the throw in. We'll keep it in play. On the right hand side, goes down. A late takedown, too, there by Von Segundo, and it's another free kick for Italy. The Chancer, 39th minute, still nil-nil, and Italy, Giuliano specifically. The Chancer, 35 yards out, pips it in towards the back part of the box, not necessarily the heart, cleared away. Italy trying to keep it back in their possession's favor. Boattin sends it back into the box. That's headed away. Again, chances from both sides. Seen out there, I believe by Laura Kete, who was tracking back to defend. Again, respect to her. She's the only one playing striker, or in this case, forward today. Able to go out and defend. Again, I forgot to mention, but 39th minute, there was a chance earlier for a score. Nonetheless, Jacinti chests it down in the area. Seeing this out was Mayorga, and she's trampled in the process. Free kick, 40th minute. But again, talking about it, we had possibly our first goal in about the 15th minute or so, I believe, 15th or 25th, one of the two. And it was Ariana Caruso, great curler into the lower corner, but she was called offside in the process. It was Chiara Becciardi with or pardon me, it was actually Lisa Boattin with the ball forward. Throw in now. Pipped again, and one headed down. Salvai, who's playing the left center back role today. And just down by Boattin as the pip did not work for the Argentinians. There's Banini again. Banini, good vision there. It's towards Benitez in the pass. Short passes, but nonetheless, Argentina persists forward. Stabile. Back towards Benitez. Been calling them a lot. Back towards Stabile. Again, left flank towards midfield. Now play back towards goal. Correa. Mayorga. And out on the right for Braun. Now going towards Nunez. Deflected out by Boattin. Throwing for Argentina. Sent for Boattin, heads it out. A little nifty flick there by Dragoni. Get it above Mayorga. Lost it out on the end line, though. So back towards Argentina. About 4 minutes plus stoppage time left in this first half. And once again, it remains nil-nil. Chances on both sides, but it's been a lot of midfield play over the past 10 minutes or so. 2 shots, 1 on target for Italy. 2 shots, none on target for Argentina. Chance here for Azzuri, played through Jacinti. She's on side for now. Jacinti in the clear, and it's in the net. For Italy. Jacinti was celebrating, but it looks like for the second time today, Italy's been cut off in the offside trap. You could tell immediately as soon as Jacinti played, yeah, she's off. Again, by a mile. Not necessarily by a mile, but like at least by a few inches here and there. Again, second time the offside trap has gotten Italy. Again, I mean, Argentina's men's team struggled with that trap against Saudi Arabia. I mean, if it wasn't for VAR and a lot of those checks Could have been 4-0, 5-0 before half. Instead, it was 1-0. And then Saudi Arabia pulled off one of the best comebacks in World Cup history, winning that 2-1 over Lionel Messi, Argentina's side. Defensive half for Argentina. Braun sends it forward a little too far there. Hmm? Too loud? Apparently, I'm too loud. Hmm? Oh, I should shout. All right, apparently, I'm too loud when I shout. Moral of the story, don't do anything late. You heard that FIFA. FIFA, I got some beef with, but I'm not going to go into that much detail. The Guillermo with the throw in, 43rd minute. Benitez lost a chance, lost space. Looks like it will be a corner kick, though, deflected. There were a few in there, foul fun included. Maybe a chance here for Argentina. And a long walk there to the near corner flag for Eliana Stabile. Looks like she might take this short. What it looks like she might take it short. And she will. Off towards Bonsegundo. Trying to play there towards Benitez. It's picked off, though. Picked off, maybe a chance on the end. Dragoni trying to play through the middle towards Giuliano. It's again knocked off. There's Manini. Deflected out. Throwing Argentina. Dragoni with the deflection out. So about a minute plus stoppage time remaining. Again, if you're just tuning in, no goal between Italy and Argentina, but we did get a couple of chances. First from Ariana Caruso, and then most recently from Valentina Jacinti, where there was a look like Italy might have gotten the breakthrough, but never happened. Out towards Braun. Long ball sent forward, trying to find Banini, but ended up under, or rather overcutting it. Cleared out, throw in for Argentina, just on the cusp of the attacking third. Few seconds left as Benitez looks for the ball there on the left touch line. And with that, we have 45 minutes through. On to stoppage time. 4 minutes of that, right here from Eden Park. That's one back here. Giuliano, push from behind. It's going to be another free kick. That's been, or rather, I don't know what I'm looking at right now. Cometi was doing it. Nonetheless, free kick. This one played back, and Durante's just going to have to clear this forward. He had multiple strikers trying to get on the end of that. Nonetheless, Banini now. And towards the edge of the box, double team. That's cut out there. Good one, too, by Linari. Banini's forced to go towards the corner. Collected out, throw in for Argentina. One segundo. Inside, deflected shot, and again, a dangerous chance for Italy. Linari with just a peg, and looked like it might have been going wide or settled either way. Nonetheless, it's out for a corner kick. Another chance for La Albiceleste to do something. Back in the corner for Stabile. She faked him out a little bit. Nonetheless, Stabile again. Chance here. Banini in some space, crossed into the box, headed down, still in the area. Back again. And again, a poke by Stabile ended up giving it right back towards Italia. And knocked off. And a long shot there, easily caught there by Durante. About maybe 30, 35 yards out there by Stabile. A couple minutes left. Again, few chances for Argentina. Again, not much. And I think Banini, who's had some effort there on the left. I think it's hard to judge which playing has been better, but looks like from what we've seen from Banini, it has been there. Nonetheless, it was Guglielmo cut out there, cut out there by Bonsegundo. Got a lot of names. And the other thing is too is that Italian and Spanish names, and to some extent, sound pretty similar. So you got to mark down like which is which sometimes. I think it's also the things we got Italy on this side, paper wise. We got Argentina on the other. Just trying to keep it cool right now. Boatin, going to pivot forward. Trying to find Jacinti, or rather, yes, Jacinti. She was held there though. Cleared out. About a minute left of stoppage time here in the first half. Fon has been motoring around for a while, and that's what the midfielders have to do at this rate. Bonansea trying to cut back, shoved down there. Looks like it might be a throw in, but no free kick. Bonansea with the header, or rather with the throw in. Segundo back towards Bonansea. Chance again clipped out. Agoni, Savai, Boatin. Boatin into the box, headed down there. Cometi showing up as a center back. Maybe a chance for Argentina to break. They're not going to get it. And with that, it's the end of the first half here from Eden Park. Argentina tied up with Italy, scoreless. And chances from both sides, mainly for Italy. Ariana Caruso caught up in the offside trap. So was the case with Valentina Jacinti. I'll take a quick break, about 10, 15 minutes or so, and then I'll be back for the second half. Stay tuned. You're watching my live reacts to the 2023 Women's World Cup on YouTube and on Instagram Live. Welcome back here to Eden Park in Auckland, and second half has just gotten underway. Once again, Italy against Argentina. Italy will be going now from right to left, still in their typical Azzurri kits, blue from top to bottom, and Argentina now goes left to right, once again in their La Albiceleste kits. Pretty docile second half overall. Or rather, I should say, a pretty docile first half from what it seems like. Again, I can check, but from what it seems like, I don't think there were any changes made at the half, and there weren't. Nonetheless, thanks for tuning in on YouTube. Don't think I'll be doing Instagram. It's pretty late. It's midnight here in Phoenix, so we can officially say glad that you could tune in on a Monday morning, early Monday morning, but nonetheless, Monday morning here in Phoenix and throughout the mainland United States. Alaska and Hawaii still are in Sunday, still the weekend for them. Nonetheless, cleared out there by Aldana Gometti of Argentina. We're on for Italy now, deep in the attacking third. Now, once again, it will be Lucia Di Guglielmo to take it. Or rather, I should have clarified. My apologies. It was not Di Guglielmo. Nonetheless, knocked away. It's been that kind of day overall for Italy and Argentina. As I mentioned earlier, Argentina has only gotten a result once, and that was against Japan. A scoreless draw. So if the scores remains the same, it will be the second consecutive edition where that will be their first ever taste of the Women's World Cup in that year. Out towards Lisa Boattin, playing left back today for Italy, and she gets it back towards Cecilia Salvai. Boattin, little push there to the ground off Nunez, but nonetheless she gets up. Scooped forward, Nunez able to chest it down. Picked up, trying to fade it towards Nunez. Boattin shedding off Nunez. Nunez able to get on the ball. Romina Nunez going to the corner, goes down. Free kick for Argentina. Again, Boattin trying to laugh it off. It was kind of a cat and mouse game, or rather, you get the ball, I get the ball. You get the ball, I get the ball. But it ends out on the free kick. Boattin trying to take a swipe, and again, she didn't necessarily like it that much from her laugh right there. Nonetheless, I'm gonna have to try to keep it down here. Family's trying to go to bed. I'm still up here doing my stuff. Could have got, yeah, kind of sort of got away with it on whenever I did. It was on Saturday, 5 a.m. I did a broadcast. Nonetheless, this one swung into the box. It's dangerous, just pushed away. For Francesca Durante getting a shot there, that might have actually gone in. It wasn't that direct. It wasn't a corner, so it wouldn't have been an Olympico, but it surely felt like there was a legit chance there. Couldn't guess who would be on there, but nonetheless, Bonsegundo crosses it back into the box, and this time it's collected. Every moment's for Italy. Let's take a look at this. It was Eliana Stabile playing the left back spot. Could have hooked their back post. Very close indeed. So back we go to Italy. Elena Linari and the Giulia Dragoni. Back over board Boattin, pardon me. Dragoni. Back to base she goes. Linari. Took a knock in the first half, but again, a lot of people take knocks in their life, and a lot of people take knocks in the pitch. The Guillermo's pips it forward, headed up and away by Sophie Braun, the right back. Linari again, 50th minute, almost 5 minutes into the second half, 40 minutes plus stoppage time remaining. Hoping we get a goal sometime, somewhere, someplace. We've seen some scoreless draws. Nigeria and Canada had a scoreless draw. It was also a scoreless draw in between a lot of different teams. Cutting inside, could a chance for Bonacea. It was deflected on the way out. And Nunez able to keep it in play. Otherwise, it would be a corner for Italy. Missed the ball there, unless it was Mariana Lauquete trying to get it. Here's Salvai. 14. And trying to spin away there. No foul called, and looks like Nunez is not happy with the call. It's going to go against her this time. As Boatina trying to spin away there, and Nunez able to get a peg out. It ends up taking out Boatina's leg rather than the ball. Nonetheless, another chance maybe for a header. They're trying to go 1-2 there. Picked up there by Chiara Becciardi, who's been playing the left wing. She goes down, and it's going to be a free kick about 25, 30 yards out. So, again, solid indirect chances for both teams, and Italy with a chance here potentially. It's been that kind of day where it's like both teams have had chances, but again, and I mentioned this in the Denmark China game, it was almost like the first 70 minutes was just mundane kind of play, passing the ball around, and then the last 20 minutes, it felt like they'd gone from driving a tractor to driving a Lamborghini on a NASCAR course. But who knows? You never know. We saw this with Denmark China. Could see it here. I'll tell you what, between a tractor and a Lamborghini, I would definitely drive a Lamborghini. Team's starting to stretch out. Most of them lining out at the edge of the box. You got Boateng and Giuliano over the ball. Boateng puts her right hand up, and she'll be the one to take it. Whips it in with her left boot, headed up, still in the area, and now it's headed down there. Last touch there by Becciari, at least a last touch by an Italian was by Becciari. Looked like it might have been deflected, so the Italians stay in the box for a corner kick. Oh, yeah, I was just seeing out there that I get there. Actually, it looks like it might be a goal kick, so not much there from Becciari. Keep it in play again. Thanks for tuning in on this, what is now Monday morning here in Phoenix. It was Sunday night when I started at 11 p.m. It is now about 12:15 here, so you can now officially say this is the latest I've ever done a broadcast. Beforehand, it was about maybe 12:07, 12:10, which was election coverage night for Blaze Radio, which is the station at ASU, my college. So now you can officially say that this is the latest I've ever done a broadcast and wrap up at 1 a.m. Don't worry, we'll be doing some broadcasts. Hopefully, we'll be doing some, yeah, some weird, odd times of the day. Not that I would want to do it at that time, but it's an interesting match. So we want to cover it. We want to be there. We want to be here on YouTube, Instagram Lives. I love doing that there and on TikTok as well. It's been surprisingly good following. Was surprisingly good for the World Cup. That's why I kind of started putting some stuff on TikTok, and we're kind of replicating it for the Women's World Cup. Nonetheless, Boateng sends it up, and that's headed away. Nonetheless, a chance, and again, Italy is trying to brettle in the box. Becciari and then Caruso. Back to base, they go on the other side. Here's Durante. Salvai. Good form. Maybe a chance here for Giuliano and some space as she goes into the attacking third. Lays it off, trying to find her fellow midfielder, and again, tracking back. I believe it was Bon Segundo. Just trying to clear it out. And Herman Portanova trying to do his best. The Copa America Femenina third place team facing off against Italy, not the best at the group stage in Euro 2020. Trying to show it on the big stage here. Crossed into the box, skips through, only as Giuliano, and the shot goes wide. But chances going well in favor of Italy. We've entered the 56th minute. 10 minutes through the second half. It's feels like it's flown by to some extent, honestly. Looks like that tractor is starting to gain some speed. And not the best touch either from Giuliano, shooting that from about 20 yards out, almost slicing at the ball rather than trying to pick out a corner. Not too much accuracy there, too. Went forward, Bechari lost it there. And Benitez goes back towards Linari, or rather, nifty Techers there, by the way. Back with Italy, Bechari now. Bechari? Now Bonacea. However, Bonacea still on the ball. She takes a shot from outside the box and it sails well wide. Like Argentina might have made. Pardon me, no. My apologies. I was trying to say at 13, but it looked like it was Sophie Braun who plays right back, but she was more central at that time. Chance nonetheless. Laquete trying to argue that ball, never mind, was still in play. Still down the right hand side for Argentina, left hand side for Italy. So can't tell who it was. It looked like it was Italy with the throwing. Able to get more possession, I'll tell you that. More possession, more willpower going in their favor. Picciardi, she goes down, and it's a free kick for Argentina. Interesting. Yeah, it was a little bit. Actually, let's take a look. A little bit of a lot between her and Sophie Braun there in the middle. Interesting story here, but Sophie Braun, again, playing for Argentina, but she was actually born and raised in the United States, born to an American father and an Argentinian mother. Raised in Beaverton, Oregon, played at Jesuit High School in Portland, and then went to Gonzaga University after that. Very interesting story, again, in the fact that not only did she grow up in the United States, but decided to play for Argentina, and not only that, playing as a starter, but I do know someone who did go to Jesuit High School in Portland, Kavish Siddhartha. So now I can officially say that since I have called some of Kavish's games, since he's a friend of mine, he plays some intramurals here and there. I can officially say that I have now called a match that has featured two Jesuit High School alumni. So I don't know what Jesuit High School in Portland is doing or how good they are from an athletic standpoint, but I will say that I've gotten the chance to get to know and at the very least get to call a few Jesuit High School alumni. First change of the match, by the way, when that happened, looked like might be number 20. Couldn't tell who it was. We're going to get an update soon. Nonetheless, free kick for Italy. It's going to be about midfield. Manuela Giuliano puts up her right hand. She'll be the one to take it, clips it into the box, and it will go past everybody. Might have been aiming there in the back post for Linari. It's not going to happen. So let's get a little accustomed to what happened before the play. And I think we did see a change, as I mentioned. Just to also mention this, Italy and Argentina, in terms of possession, remains the same, but shots on goal, rather shots for Italy are at 7. Argentina is up to 4. Whipped up and just flicked back by Benitez on Dragoni. Right in the middle there. Giacinti just lost it there. Nonetheless, back with Italy. Dragoni. Salva. Going left center back. Trying to split pass it through towards the Chari. Didn't work. Nonetheless, it's out towards Dragoni. Out on the wing. Bonacea whips it into the box. Chanson's headed away there by Braun. Dragoni in some space. She's going to cut inside here, dancing away past two Argentinians. Now out on the wing. Joaquin. Joaquin lost it there from Nunez. It was a tough battle. Nonetheless, it's out. By the way, there was a substitution. It looks like it was Caruso who's going to be the one coming off, and coming on in her place is Giada Gregi. So we got a couple players down here. Let's take a look at this. So Jata Gregi coming in for Ayana Caruso, making her 10th appearance today, actually, for Italy. So pretty good. Congrats to her again. Another Roma player. I should have mentioned this earlier. Maybe I did. But you have eight players on this Italian side that has played, or rather is playing, for AS Roma in Serie A. There are another seven players that are playing for Juventus. So, in other words, out of a 23 player roster, two thirds, or about two-thirds of the players play for two teams, which I think is absolutely crazy. If you just look at the general background of it, there's only one player, I believe, who is playing outside of that league, actually, when you think about it. Yeah, it's crazy. Only one player in general that plays outside of that league. That's actually Giulia Dragoni, who, fun fact, according to Wikipedia, has not ever started or appeared in Italian women's soccer match. So she is making her first appearance today. So credit to Giulia Dragoni, playing for Barcelona's base side. In other words, they're two team. But as I mentioned, got a lot of great players out there, including Reggie playing for Roma. If you want to look at the other breakdown for Serie A, you have Roma at 8 and Juventus at 7, as I said before. Fiorentina, Sassuolo, and Inter Milan all have two players in their respective counterparts. And then you have Como with one. Very interesting schedule nonetheless. And Laura Giuliani, who is usually the starting goalkeeper, at least in terms of caps, she could have gotten the nod for the starting goalkeeper. She plays for Milan, that is AC Milan, not Inter Milan. So you got one there, and as I mentioned, you got Como with one. The player at Como being Chiara Becciari. So you got a good representation when it comes to your Serie A teams on this Italian side. Back to the play we go. Linari, back to base, and out towards Boatin. Boatin, outside of Greggi, deflecting his way out, so throw in for Italy. 63rd minute of play. Now 63 minutes passed. So 27 minutes plus stoppage time remaining. Again, a lot of chance. I'll give some credit to both sides. They've had the chances, they've had the nods. It just hasn't really fermented into a true chance on goal. Again, you talk about Italy and how this team can wear you down over time, but not too much of the Azzurri flair that we've seen over the years. And again, it'll be interesting what Vanina Correa has done. She's faced one shot on goal today, but now the question is, can she do it some more? Can she give Argentina a point to start off this 2023 Women's World Cup campaign? Oh no! By the way, you just realized that you have Argentina. Just the overall look at the group. You've got Sweden and Italy, who probably arguably the top two teams. Argentina, who's played pretty solid, and then South Africa. South Africa almost beat Sweden if it wasn't for some unlucky chances, which I think is a crazy way to put it, but it's true. It's very true. Yeah, Sweden, Italy. That's going to be a fun game. Saturday morning. It's going to be. If you're in New Zealand, it's going to be Saturday night. Nonetheless, this one swung in by Braun. This one pipped up, and Durante just has to punch it up. Cleared up, still bouncing in the area, and Boatin will send it out. As far as Benitez, about 40 yards out, and out towards Braun on the right. Braun readies, lifts this one into the box, and once again, his chest down. A shot comes in, and it's cleared away. And now the ref will call a foul, handball, in fact, on Argentina. Nonetheless, not too many crazy sequences. Like I feel like in Nigeria, Canada, we saw those crazy sequences, right? We saw that. We saw the penalties. So in general, like when you look at the highlights of this one, there were a lot of chances. Now, here hasn't necessarily been the case. Meanwhile, Diana Falfan's called for the foul on a Beccari, I should say, free kick. Now, chance here for Boatin. On the left, too far for Jacinti. Stabile tried to clear, and it looks like there was a foul in the box. Push there on Cometti, and it's going to be a free kick for Argentina. Back and forth game so far. And it looks like Cometti might have gotten. She does have a little bruise on that right knee, but now she's going to get the cramp stretched out. It's overall good weather in Auckland. No weather, or rather, no rain today, but it was sunny. Kickoff, it was around 56 degrees, lows of around 40 degrees or so. So about fall temperatures, if you're in the United States, considerable to that. Now, here in Phoenix, that's probably more like winter temperatures, if you know what I mean. But nonetheless, the atmosphere is still great. It's not that frigid outside, and Cometti will get some treatment on the end line. Should be an easy check back in for her. For now, Argentina's down a player, Correa, to take the short goal kick, rather a free kick. That's pipped out towards Braun, deflected out, and actually by Becciardi, and it's going to be a throw in for Argentina. Again, Lena Bertolini and crew trying to start off, trying to show their command. I mean, there's a big chip on their shoulder when it comes to just growing women's football. Because I think if there was one team that was a surprise, that was really going to be the team that stuck out in 2019, it was definitely them. And then they followed up with a pretty disappointing group stage. Nonetheless, a chance here to maybe make a statement. Bonacea still going on the ball. It's almost a 3-on-2. Bonacea goes down about 25 yards out from the box, and the refs got the card out. Looks like it might be going towards number 14, Miriam Mayorga. Overall, though, that's a smart foul in the middle, just right before you get the chance. Mayorga in call for the foul. But how about that dribble by Bonacea, though? Just hurdling it, almost rewatch what we saw in 2019, where she scored 2 goals in that spot. And now it's once again Vanina Correa playing in her 3rd Women's World Cup. Only Argentine has ever played in 3 Women's World Cups. 69th minute, again, has to deal with the rustling Italians. Manuela Giuliano and Lisa Boatin outside. Argentina readying their wall. They're going to go with 5 here. Giuliano and Boatin. Boatin with the left leg. We've seen her get some. Could be interesting if she swings it in with the left. It could be Giuliano with the right. Or it could be short and could be indirect. You never know. Nonetheless, wall ready. There's a separate Italian wall. It's going to be about 3 players to the right of the Argentines. Whistle blows. Argentinians jumping up and down. Giuliano with a free kick, and it goes into the top netting over the bar. Either way, it might have been a foul in the box. Been that kind of day at Eden Park in a lot of matches, and again, kind of I don't know what it is. It's been a very interesting Women's World Cup. There's been like even some favorites too have not played to the best ability they could, at least from what we saw. I don't know if there's anything particular about how Australia and New Zealand's been treating them, but nonetheless, it's made for a very interesting Women's World Cup. Close matches, that's for sure. There's Benitez. She was held up trying to pass the ball forward, so it's a free kick for Argentina. A lot of options on the bench for both sides if we want to add some attacking firepower. Argentina, of course, has a few they can maybe turn to. Nonetheless, this one goes all the way back, and then now a free kick for Italy, as you see Linari go down. She went down in the first half. I believe she's still grabbing her hip, which might have been where she was going last time. But taking a look, maybe try to get some spark going forward. Then you got Larquete, Bonsegundo, Nunez, and Pani. I mean, in terms of the forwards that are listed according to Wikipedia on Argentina's sheet, four of those seven players are actually playing right now. So you got Paulina Gramaglia, Yamila Rodriguez, and Erika Lonigro on the bench. Reggie with the pip, and now towards Boateng, a linear pass, I should say. Nunez caught up in the middle, taken back by Gregi. Italy still in their defensive half. A good step here by Stabile, trying to push the pace for Argentina. Hershov intercepted the ball. Panini. Larquete. We've seen Panini in a lot of places tonight, especially on the left. She's on the right this time as it's deflected off of Gachari, throwing for Argentina. Less than 20 minutes to go plus stoppage time, and it's still 0-0 between Italy and Argentina. A couple of chances we could have gotten to see the first goal, especially from Italy, but a couple of times they were caught up in the offside trap. First was Ariana Caruso, and then it was Valentina Jacinti. So now, once again, it looks like Argentina on the attack. Once again, rest with Eliana Stabile to take this free kick. Other runners in the area. Two-man wall, or two-woman wall in this case. Stabile into the box, and again, a punch down. A chance there to potentially put it in the back of the net. Larquete was right there in the first touch, let her down as it's seen out in the end. Goal kick. It might have been the best chance of the night for Argentina. And the number 9, Mariana Larquete, could not steer. I mean, it's just the fact that she's off target there. And she was just not in parallel with the goal. If she's parallel with the goal, that's probably in. It's so close of a chance for La Albiceleste. Minardi cleared out. Now forward we go. Forward they go. So a change coming for Italy now. To my knowledge, will be the second change of the match for them. Coming off will be their striker Valentina Jacinti, and will be replaced by Sofia Cantore, another Juve player. Wearing number 7, one of the 7 players to come from Juventus, who has been quite a force in the men's and women's game. Cantore will be making her 14th appearance for her country. Overall, not a bad day for Jacinti. Again, was caught in the offside trap, and other than that, not too many potent chances. Boateng cut back to get past Nunez in some open space now. Flipped forward, picked off there, and Italy's trying to call for a handball, but nonetheless, Argentina continues. Cometti flipped out, get to Brown. Brown in some space, trying to cut inside. I can't get it off towards Bonini. And again, a clip forward the other way. Bonacea now on the run. Almost playing a forward spot. What can she do? Enter in the box, now cutting inside, across the middle, and it's caught there by Correa. Not the best ball in, and again, both sides lacking the final product in this one. Nonetheless, you think about it in terms of the long term. You look at the goals, you look at the points, right? Both teams will be second place. It's a good thing and a bad thing, especially knowing that both of them have Sweden to face. And I think after Sweden's debacle, I mean, what was a debacle for Sweden for a lot of yesterday, I think they'll be pretty happy with it. Looks like Sophie Braun needs some help with stretching out, and looks like she'll get a few cramp stretch here and there. 15 minutes plus stoppage time left. Attendance is still really good at Eden Park. 43,000, more than 43,000 seats. 33,000, but nonetheless, Benitez through ball cut away there. A chance for Italia. Dragoni out on the wing. And again, Cantore, who's taken down, free kick. And a yellow card for Argentina. Then you have two. You have Mayorga and La Roquete. This one is going to go towards Bonsegundo. So got three Argentinians with a yellow card right now, just in case Herman Portonova wants to make a few moves that signify with that. So now we'll see some changes for Argentina. And we talk about a lot of key players. Maybe she can be the one right here. Romina Nunez coming off, and replacing her will be number 11, Yamila Rodriguez. So as I mentioned before, Rodriguez, one of the idol forwards on the bench, 25 years old, plays with Palmeiras in Brazil. Again, I talked about how Italy was there. Argentina with a very interesting makeup when it comes to their players overall. Most of them playing in the home country, but second most popular, Brazil with 5. Nonetheless, Bonacea clipped in, headed up there, and a dangerous chance. Comenti able to avert what could have been some relatively interesting danger. Couple of bodies barreling in the box there for Italy. Had Linardi in the middle. You also had Cantore, who just checked in. So once against a corner, Boattin to take it from the far side of the pitch, the right-hand side for the Italians. Now the referees, players starting to bunch around the goal. Boattin crossed into the box, and one's headed up there by Braun. She's stumbling to the ground. You've got a couple more Argentinians on the ground. Stabile being one of them. She's holding her head. Braun is still, I think, trying to stretch something out. She was getting some cramp stretch out earlier. So don't know what's exactly happening. We could see a change for her if there's anything, or rather anyone that could take that spot. Could see a few. Again, a lot of young players, including Braun, 23. Youngest defender on the squad, except if you don't count Kiar Singarella, 19 years old, born December 5th, actually plays for the Alabama Crimson Tide in NCAA. Back with Braun. Trying to see this down. Mayorga trying to knock it out. It was off of Bonacea. So throw in, it'll be deep in, well, not too deep, but around 30 yards out from Argentina's goal as Argentina looks to send it forward. Back with Italy, it goes still on the left side of the pitch. Back with Linari. Now with the chance here. Di Guglielmo played through. Chance here for Becciari. Dangerous crunching tackle, I should say, with Aldana Cometi. And Chiara Becciari still down. 80th minute of play, about 10 and a half minutes post stoppage time as Becciari is able to get out, throw in, goes to the attacking third for Italy. Headed out there profusely too by Bani. And a take two. This time it won't be Cantore taking it, it will be Di Guglielmo. Stabile able to take it off, and now in the corners, Banini just has to clear it out. Back with Italy. And again by Di Guglielmo. Bonacea, before she could turn on the ball, it was cleared away. Mayorga again. I haven't given too much credit to Aldana Cometi and Miriam Mayorga, but as the center backs, they've been doing pretty well. A chance here. Argentina playing back. It's picked off there by Salvi. Last field player back, too, in that regards. Italy playing very loose, very offensive, too. I mean, I think they've realized, although there's no player down, there's no uneven advantage in terms of players. It does seem like Italy has put up most chances, right? I mean, save for maybe the occasional Stabile ball that seems like it might be tracking in just because of her delivery. I haven't seen much from Argentina in terms of attack. Meanwhile, Italy back on the run. Before that, it was clicked out by Fafan, throwing for Italy on the right hand side. It looks like we might see some more changes coming. Italy with not too many, only with two, I think. Yes, only two changes. Looking to bring Cristiana Chirelli off the bench. Nonetheless, a chance here, clipped into the box, could be dangerous. Boateng thought about bringing it down as nonetheless cleared. Chopped here, and it's saved right into the hands of Correa. Dangerous ripping shot there from Greggy. Close in general, but as I was saying earlier, Cristiano Girelli, 103 caps. Liz is the captain on this team, 53 goals overall. Again, 33 years old. So she's entering the autumn of her career, but at the same time, you don't have to be that much of a genius to realize what she's done. Nonetheless, a chance here in the clear for Ricciardi, and the outside flag did not go up. Nonetheless, Correa was able to grab it. So imagine what could happen with you've got Sofia Cantori, who can actually kind of play more on the right, where she's been playing at and she's been doing more decent than playing in the middle. Or even in that case, you can still have Girelli playing in the middle, almost a two striker system if you're Italy. Seems like we might have a dramatic finish on hand at Eden Park. Out towards Sophie Braun. Right back. Out towards Rodriguez. Rodriguez trying to get it back towards Bonini and cleared out there by Giuliano throwing. And now we'll see the change. Big one here. Again, when you look at how Shirley has played, she had 3 goals in 2019 at this Women's World Cup. 53 goals overall for this Italian women's national team. That's the third most. But yeah, in terms of that woman that needs no introduction, Giuliana Dragoni is going to be the one coming off for Cristiana Girelli. Wearing number 10. Rightfully so, knowing her history. Rodriguez, meanwhile, 30 yards out. Again, we've seen Argentina get to these spots before, but not too many shots on target. Could it change here? Segundo barreling down the left. She's going to have to cut back here. Now sent in here by Benitez. Not the best cross, but nonetheless a chance. Rodriguez lost on the ball, and it's a little too much of a pip there by Greggy. So stays with Italy. Or rather, it stays with Argentina. Throwing. Greggy again. And again, Italy trying to build out of the back. Now they've got their captain, or the most storied person, at least most storied active player in their history. Boy, Italy has an interesting history. It's formed in the 1960s, had a lot of great tournaments, including the Euros before it was officially known as the Euros. Nonetheless, I'll hold that thought now. Even the World Cup before it was the World Cup, it used to be called the Mundialito. Ball pipped forward a little too far for running Becciati. Might be starting, the legs may be starting to get to her here as we have about 5.5 minutes post stoppage time. But as I mentioned too, you had the Mundialito. That was a contest in the 80s. There were about 5 different tournaments, or rather, I should say, 5 editions of that tournament between 1981 and 1988. Italy won 3 of those 5 titles, including one of them against the United States in the finals. So, fun fact there about Italian women's soccer. And a lot of the tournaments they took part of even before FIFA came out with the Women's World Cup in 1991. Argentina, on the other side, if you're thinking about history, their history as a women's program started 30 years ago in 1993. But even with that time, they still have played well in Copa America. They've been playing in every edition. Every time they would make it in the top four, which is still quite an accomplishment knowing you have about 10 to 12 teams usually playing that competition every year. So, or actually every 4 years in that regards. Chance for Argentina. One segundo in space, edge of the box, trying to clip it to maybe get a move, but off her line comes Francesca Durante. Save it right before it goes towards the end line. Chance again, chance again, chance again. And it feels like any moment now we can get that goal. I mean, it happened with Denmark China, where it was the 89th minute where Denmark broke the deadlock. But again, like we knew at that time there were a lot of chances in that match. You know, both teams were hurtling around the box. It was just a matter of time. This one doesn't seem like it. It's both teams kind of been playing through the midfield, and even if they have, it's always been cleared out. Pretty safe if you were betting on a scoreless draw for this one. Again, I don't know if this will end out, but if you bet the under when it comes to goals, I think you're pretty safe. There's Boateng on the left. Hooked into the area, not a bad one. Girelli, yeah, it's in the net. Literally, right off the bench, the captain strikes again as she's done throughout her career. 87th minute, and Italy leads 1-0 on Argentina. If you want. You knew it. Cristiana Hirelli, with all of her glory, 54th goal in her history. Obviously, she was going to score. We knew it. It had to be her. If there was any player in this match, if any player with Italy right now, it had to be her. And she showed up there. Let's take a look at this. Boateng, by the way, Boateng with great service into the box in this one. I think that goes underrated. But right there. Oh, that's a beaut. That is a beaut there. Just heads it up about maybe 8, 9 yards, and just the amount of energy to just lift it over Vanina Correa, who was just caught up a little bit off her line. Honestly, she was about 3 yards out and ended up paving her at the end. Well, I said it. I mean, hey, I said that Denmark and China went down to the 89th minute. This late night broadcast for me on the West Coast coming down in the 81st, and now Argentina down a goal. Maybe they can pull off some heroics for themselves and get a goal back. Nonetheless, still some nervy moments. And now another injured player down. Couldn't tell who it is. Might be Falfan. The cramps keep on showing up. And you can look at Cristiano Girelli's goals. Fourth goal at the Women's World Cup. That now ties her, I believe, right? And now ties her with Carolina Morris, who had four in 1991 for the most goals by an Italian at the Women's World Cup. And she is also the first woman to score a goal at the Women's World Cup twice. That is in two editions of it. She scored three in 2019. She's got the first one for Italy. Meanwhile, a chance, a long ball into the box, and Durante got pushed in the middle. Free kick for La Azzurri. Less than a minute plus stoppage time remaining. Again, seems like a pretty open match. Italy is not hunkered down that much. Maybe they could get an insurance if they're lucky. I mean, you got Shirley on the pitch. Pichari's been doing good. Bonacea has started to get more of an attacking role than a midfield role. Nonetheless, Larquete trying to pip it forward. Not going to find Rodriguez as Boateng tracks it down. Rodriguez gets it back. Argentina trying to use some techers. Maybe get a chance. Cleared out. Not as far, though. Back towards Gregi. Back with Gregi. Maybe a chance here. Giuliano. No. Sending it out wide. Speaking of chances, they might get one here. Cutting inside, getting close to it. Cantore out towards Bonacea. Into the box, clip back in. Becciari flicked on. Giuliano's going to run to the back post again. She goes down. No foul called. She was in the box, so it would have been a penalty had it counted. Nonetheless, chances galore. We are now into stoppage time. We don't know how many minutes of stoppage time we're going to get. Jumelo, or rather Yelmo, lost it there, as it was seen out on the right. And we're going to see another change here. 7 minutes of stoppage time. But not only that, we're going to see the one Argentinian that plays in Ireland, or not Ireland, Italy, showing up. Dalila Ippolito plays for Parma in Serie A. So she's seen a lot of these Italian players in the league. That is her club league. Now she gets to play it on the biggest stage in women's football. More importantly, her team needs a goal here to salvage a point, as the substitution is going to get made. And so coming off, so it will be, I believe, in this moment, Ippolito waiting in the wings, trying to come on. It's kind of a like-for-like change. But still, Dalila Ippolito wearing number 10. Again, we've seen number 10 for Argentina on the men's side. Lionel Messi show up throughout the time and time again in that regards. Can she show up? Can Argentina show up to salvage a point? Let's see. It's Benitez. Tips it back. Headed away there. Linari doing the work. Trip from behind there. And one segundo falls to the ground. Free kick, Argentina. About 5 minutes left in the match. And again, it was interesting. Yeah, it's Cantore fouling her from behind. It would be interesting to see where this free kick is. About 20 yards out. So there's a possibility that should the ladies want to go under the wall, they could. It'll make life very difficult for Francesca Durante. Or women in the wall. Nobody is lying on the ground here. Stoppage time, second half. Past 90 minutes here at Eden Park in Auckland. Got a few out there, including Stabile, the left. Chance here. Shot! Saved away! Cleared. One segundo went direct, able to get through the wall, but again, Durante came up clutch when it mattered. Polito cutting inside. Lost it again. Benitez just bodied in the middle by Bonacea, and here comes the Italian counterattack. Ball played through, numbers coming forward, numbers going back. Cantore on the right, Cantore in the middle. Cantore with the shot just goes wide. That could have been very close to the insurance for Italy. Instead, it goes wide for a goal kick. Thanks for tuning in here in stoppage time, second half stoppage time in that regards. Italy up 1-0, and it was their captain, Cristiana Girelli, with the goal. Very close to. Just a few minutes before stoppage time. Now, a chance here for Argentina. What can they do for Banini? Out to Rodriguez. Rodriguez in the middle. She tried a shot. She went down. Ref says, get up. Towards Italy, who's trying to play chew clock here and unable to keep it in play. Back towards Argentina, who's going fourth and fourth. Thanks for tuning in here. It's about 12:55 at night on the west coast of the United States where I'm broadcasting this. Thanks for tuning in. It's just knocked out. Yeah, good chance there. Again, Lucia Di Guglielmo. Pretty solid job. Again, some chances where she's just cleared it out, kind of ill-advised in some ways, and it's kind of hurt them in the end. Nonetheless, the biggest question is, can Italy see this out and get 3 points? Should also mention they will end up getting second if the score holds the way it does, because Sweden scored 2 goals yesterday against South Africa. Call back with Argentina. They're in their defensive half, now going towards midfield, flipping the pitch out here towards Sophie Braun. Braun playing it forward. Hipólito. Someone's calling for it, and Bonsegundo was the one calling for it on the right. Nobody's going to be able to get her. So Stabile sends it back, headed up and away by Italy. Touch, good cut by Vichari. And again, Italy will remain slower here, but nonetheless, Cantore is trying to get past the Argentinian, and it's going to be a free kick. 5:50 past in stoppage time. Was listed at 7, so we have about a minute and a half left to go. And close matches, and Eliana Stabile lands in the book with the yellow. That Sofia Cantore, when matters most, especially on the right, she's done a great job in just hurtling around, especially using those dodging, dashing skills. Especially, it'll be interesting. It's kind of what you want out of a great substitute player. Now Argentina holding on for dear life, but also trying to avoid going down when it matters. Going down 2 in that regards. So again, players line up close to the edge of the box. Back with Boatin to kick this. Boatin just lays it out to the end line, or rather to the touch line here for Girelli. She's going to play Kipuez one quickly back. And here's Boatin dribbling her way through. Boatin now into the box. Boatin gets a shot off, and Correa just has to parry it out on the end line. Final moments of this one, and Italy again trying to knock it through, play chew clock, maybe get a second goal, but everything going in their favor right now. Right now, Cristiana Girelli, the captain of this Azzurri team, is making all the difference. Boatin's going to lay the ball down for a corner kick. Girelli checking in. Same with Giuliano in that corner. Giuliano takes a touch. Goes off. Chance for Argentina. Will the ref allow it? No, she won't. And that is it from Eden Park. Italy starts off their 2023 Women's World Cup campaign with a win, 3 points against Argentina, winning 1-0, a close match down the stretch. But it was decided just a few minutes before stoppage time by their captain, Cristiana Girelli, when it mattered most. The Italians in the huddles, jumping for joy, jumping for Eureka. They won't be crumbling today to Argentina. So that is the last match in a Group G. This is what it looks like going into match day 2. Sweden will be at the top with 3 points with a +1 goal differential. They did score 2 goals against South Africa, so that's where they will be. After that, you are going to have Italy in second with 3 points. They're also at a +1 goal differential, but they only scored 1. Looking at the rest of that group, you got Argentina in third with 0 points, -1 goal differential. But then again, you also did have 0, or actually, I should say the opposite there. So it will actually be South Africa who has third in that, because South Africa did score a goal against Sweden, and then it'll be Argentina last. So Sweden first, Italy second, South Africa third, and Argentina last. So we've got the top 2 teams facing off and the bottom 2 teams facing off in match day 2. That wraps up my coverage here from the live reacts. Again, a pretty successful one, a pretty interesting match that was saved closer towards the death when it comes to getting those goose eggs off the board. I'm Ehirson Hassan. Thanks for tuning in to my Women's World Cup live reactions right here on YouTube. So long, have a great day, and stay safe.